So, it reminds me of a story in Hawaii one time. Prabhupada gave the Bhagavatam class in the Hawaii temple. He came outside, he saw two of his disciple ladies were very, very big and pregnant. And just like grandfather smiles on the granddaughter, Prabhupada smiled and he said, a tree is most beautiful when it is full with fruit. And a woman is most beautiful when she's full with child. And somebody said in Prabhupada, what about disciple? And Prabhupada said, you do not know? Everyone froze. Prabhupada paused. You do not know it? When the disciple follows the order of the spiritual master, then he's most beautiful. He said, but a tree is most beautiful when it's full with fruit, and a woman is most beautiful when she's full with child. So in our old Vedic culture, we used to have a special room in the house, or a special house in the compound, called prasuti ghar. Because old days, we never went to the hospital for having babies. My daughter also was born at home. That guy who delivered her was a naturopathic doctor. He's one of these guys, you never knew which eye to look at when you talked to him. He had a squeaky voice. He said, I delivered 500 babies in my lifetime. 500, what time you went to the hospital? Is it a disease? Huh? Is it some type of disease? You got to go to the hospital? It's the most natural thing going on all day long, all over the world. 500 only one time. Yeah, my daughter is very, very healthy and happy, and she also has a daughter. So there was always ladies in the village who knew how to do all the things. No need to go to the hospital. So Mother Yasoda began to stay in the prasuti ghar, maternity house. And the nurse was staying with her. Now one day, it was the 8th day of the dark half of the month of Bhadra. Now we're in the month of Shravan. The end of this month is Shravan Purnima, Balaram's appearance. The next month we call Bhadra. So on the 8th day, on the dark half, the Krishna Paksh Astami day, Krishnastami day, the nurse in the evening, she went out to do some errands. And she felt a little tired. She thought she'd take a little snap. Something between a sleep and a nap, we call it. And she fell fast asleep. And Mother Yasoda's waiting when the nurse will come. Nurse didn't come. That dark fell. She tried to go to sleep. But it's one of those nights where you can't get easy, completely restless night. She's on one side, she's on the other side, she's on her back, she's on this side, and that side, no rest. Restless night. Suddenly at the midnight, she realized that child is coming. And she's all alone, nobody's there, and she never had baby before in her life. I've been living in India for more than 30 years. I've seen all the girls, they go home when they're going to have baby, because they never had baby, but mother had so many babies, she knows everything to do, so they go to their mother. She's all alone, and she's not a young girl, even white hairs is coming. Only late in life she got a child. And she's all alone. Her heart is going ping, 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 ping. Anyway, anyhow, she gave birth to a little baby girl. And she just didn't get any rest at night. She just went through childbirth. She fell asleep, and she didn't notice that from her heart came a beautiful, blackish baby boy. Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur, they explained Mother Yasoda had twins. But she was so tired she didn't realize what happened. Meanwhile, across this river in Mathura, Vasudeva and Devaki are in the jail cell of Kams. And just at the midnight, suddenly Krishna appeared outside the womb, not the ordinary way. That Vasudeva with 4 arms, with beautiful golden helmet and jewelry and so many things. Children generally don't appear like that full grown. And then he told Vasudeva, you take me across the river to Nanda Maharaj's palace and staged me with the girl child of Mother Yasoda. So then, somehow, automatically, all the doors of the palace opened. You thought this automatic door was a new thing. Just like Radha Govinda Maharaj, he one time told us, because he's from a little village in Bihar, and he used to sit on a river, they put 4 poles and a little cloth on top, and he'll sit on a straw mat and talk about Srimad Bhagavatam. So somebody decided this guy should go to America, so they bought him a plane ticket. He never went on a plane before. He got off the plane, the door slid shut in front of him, and he looked, is there any button to open the doors? He didn't know what to do, he was just standing there. And somebody walked in front of those doors, and he ran outside. So he said, this automatic door has been going on since Kansa's time. And all the guards were in their constitutional position, sound asleep. Security guard at any night, security guard in sound asleep. So he carried Krishna, we say basket because we don't have any word for it, but it's actually called a surpi. It's a little straw thing, made out of little straw reeds, shaped like this, and you throw the wheat in the air and the chaff blows away, and the wheat falls back into that little surpi, like that. It's just a thing that you throw around the house and keep in some corner, and use it once a year once in a while to free the wheat from all the chaff. Krishna, he's the Supreme Personality of God, and he should have come in a golden basket. He came, a cane in a surpi. When he got to the Ganga, the Jamuna, we said this is the 2nd month of rainy season, Bhadra. The water was raging, and Vasudev, he started entering in the water. The water was coming higher and higher and higher. Finally, he raised that basket over his head and he was calling, "Lay low, please take, lay low, Birdalala, lay low, koi Birdalala, lay low, koi low, somebody please take." That ghat became known as Koila Ghat. And Braj Foundation has fixed it up very, very nice. It was a completely dirty place. Koila Ghat. But then Krishna, he put his foot outside, he touched Jamuna. She wasn't rising with rainwater, she was rising with desire to touch the lotus feet. Then she immediately became ankle deep. And Vasudeva went across. In the dark, he didn't see that Brajendranandan Shyam Sundar, that Vasudeva merged into the body of Brajendranandan Shyam Sundar, was already there. And Krishna Prabhupada explains that all the avatars and expansions merge with Brajendranandan Shyam Sundar till he appears. And he carried that baby back to Mathura, not finished, we're in Braj Leela, so back to Braj. In the morning, the peacock began to call. Just like I was here 10 years ago, when the temple was on the other side, and I was taking darshan of Radha Murlidhar, and I was hearing all these parrots. I said, I lived in the Lower East Side, I didn't hear parrots. And so I said to somebody, "Oh, Prabhu, that's the recording." The nurse woke up. So, oh my goodness, the whole night has passed and I left Mother Yasoda alone. She ran to the maternity room, Prasutigar. She opened the door and she saw lying beside Mother Yasoda this beautiful blackish boy, like a lump of blue musk, with beautiful lotus petal eyes and curly black hair and beautiful little hands and feet and tiny little toes and fingers. In fact, one of his fingers is caught in his curl and he can't get it out. And she just squealed with delight. And Mother Yasoda woke up. She saw this beautiful blackish boy lying beside her. She just scooped him into her arms and she held him close to her breast. She could feel he's so soft like butter and just like a fresh monsoon cloud. Beautiful eyes, beautiful feet, so wonderful. That nurse, she ran to where Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherdmen were milking the cows. And as soon as the cowherdmen saw her, they all stood up. And she opened her mouth to make an announcement. But she's so excited, no sound came out. And the cowherdmen, Yasoda had child. A boy. Nanda Maharaj almost fainted. Nanda Maharaj almost fainted. He said, now we have to arrange to give charity to the Brahmins. We have to decorate the cows with gold. We have to cook a big feast. We have to do this. We have to do that. His brothers said, because in our old Bedi culture, all the brothers lived together, and all the brothers and their wives and everyone helped one another. Now we all live alone in nuclear families, but we all helped one another. He said, you go see your child. We'll take care of everything. Nanda Maharaj's feet were not even touching the ground. He was just swimming in the ocean of transcendental bliss. He got to the paternity room. He opened the door. But Mother Rohini has got there first. And she's got a curtain across like this. Bakshish. Just like still today in Gokul, there's a temple. As soon as they go, oh, these guys came from America, they'll give big donation. You give donation, you can get darshan. Still this is going on. So, Bakshish. So Nanda Maharaj, he took the golden locket from his neck. And he put it on Mother Rohini's neck. He gave it to Mother Rohini. And she pulled back that curtain. And there, sitting on Mother Yasoda's lap, he saw this beautiful blackish boy like a blue lotus flower. Beautiful, wide, expanded lotus petal eyes, curly black hair, tiny feet and hands, little tiny toes and fingers. His fingers still stuck in his throat. And Nanda Maharaj, he began to give charity. And Nanda Maharaj gave so much charity, he gave so much charity, he gave so much charity that those who were receiving the charity said, we're not worthy to receive so much charity. Did we ever get experience like that? We never did. When Janmashtami is coming, we go out collecting for Janmashtami. We go to our best donor. He writes out a check and puts it in a sealed envelope. We come back to the temple. Looks like 1 or 2 zeros is missing. Like that we got experience. And the donor also, he's thinking, oh, it's Janmashtami, I should give a nice donation, but the tax people raided me last week and that balloon payment is next month is that balloon payment. He's also in trouble. But Nanda Maharaj, open-hearted, he broke open his treasure, he gave so much charity, even those people who were receiving it think we're not worthy to receive charity. But this is Braj. Magic things like this can happen in Braj. And all the Brishvasis came. And they began to sing and dance and sing and dance. And at 12 o'clock is RT, right?
12:30.
12:30 is RT. Okay. I was timing it for 12 o'clock. All right. So we got some more kata coming.
Yeah.
I misunderstood your message to Arjuna. All right, so all the Brishvasis began to sing and dance. Nandagara Nanda Bayo Jai Kaniya Lal Ki. Nandagara Nanda Bayo Jai Kaniya Lal Ki. Guardian's home. In Nanda's home, Bayo means brother. But this is where, in Bhakti tense, we're addressing, and it's plural, so we say Bayo, Nandagara Nanda Bayo, Jai Kaniya Lal. There's bliss in Nanda Maharaj's palace today. His little Kaniya Lal has been born. His little Lala has been born. Nandagara Nanda Bayo, Jai Kaniya Lal. Nandagara Nanda Bayo, Jai Kaniya Lal. Jai Kaniya Lal. Jai Kaniya Lal ki, Jai Kaniya Lal ki, Jai Kaniya Lal ki,
Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki,
Jai Kaniya Lal ki, Jai Kaniya Lal ki,
Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki, Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की दीनी गोरा दीनी जय दीनी भारती.
When the Maharaj is in bliss, his little Lala has been born, so he's giving charity. So he gave Hati, like Hastinapur. Hati means elephant. Huh? He gave Gora, horses. When he ran out of horse and elephant, he gave Palki, Palakan. Hati dini Gora dini Gori Palki.
हाथी दीनी गोरा दीनी दीनी पालकी. हाथी दीनी गोरा दीनी और दीनी पालकी. जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की. जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की. जावंगे हाथी घोड़े बूढ़े को पालकी.
Jawan, almost like English, we say young. To the young people, Jawan and Go, Hati Gori, he gave horse and elephant to the young people. Buddha means the old person walking with 3 legs. Huh? Buddha and Go, Palki, he gave Palakan. Jawan and Go, Hati Gori, Buddha and Go, Palki.
जवान को हाथी घोड़े बूढ़े को पालकी.
Jawan and Go, Hati Gori, Buddha and Go, Palki.
जवान को हाथी घोड़े बूढ़े को पालकी. जय कन्हैया लाल की जय कन्हैया लाल की.
Ke Lala ki
Jai.
So like, as they block up, they get permission from the street, they block off the whole road, they do turning festivals, so many wonderful things they do. So I wanted to see this, so I went there. And I was thinking that maybe I'll get a chance to sing this wonderful song. So I knew Niranta Prabhu, they told me he's in charge of the kirtan. So I thought, but if I ask for 10 minutes, at least I can get 5. So I said, can I get 10 minutes out of the Janmashtami Kirtan? He said, you can have one mantra like everybody else. Because he goes around letting everybody in the whole crowd chant one mantra. I said, well, maybe it's not Krishna's desire. So somehow or other, you remember there's an abhishek just before midnight. And then they have to clean up and dress the deities and make the bhoga. So there's big gap between the abhishek and finally the midnight arti. So in LA, that big gap, Radhajivan Prabhu, who was in charge of like membership at that time, he came out, Jai Shri Mahaprabhu, and he gave this big speech that we're going to collect for the Janmashtami outfits for the whole year. So we need about $20,000. If anybody, somebody want to donate the whole $20,000, anybody there want to, this nasty thing they do for that whole time, so. If somebody want to donate 10, half, anybody going to donate 10? What about 5? Oh, Mr. Gowal donated 5, okay. So it goes on like this. But he knew, we had been to some, every weekend, until Janmashtami, we've been to some Indian programs around the area, so he knew that I knew this song. So he came out, he made his announcement, we're collecting, and while we're collecting, we'll pass out envelopes. Deena Bandhu is going to sing his song. I said, what? So I started singing this song. All the old Indian ladies in the audience, they know this song from their childhood. They were crying. People were dancing, jumping out of their skins, dancing. And we collected $25,000. So this is the original Janmashtami song. So, we know over in Mathura, Kansi heard the guards, Vasudeva came back, automatically all the doors shut, the chains locked themselves again, the cry was heard, the guards told Kans. Now Kans, he'd been waiting and waiting for this moment. He'd already killed 6 children, one of them somehow appeared to be a miscarriage. Now this is the 8th child. Because when he was taking his sister to her father-in-law's house, that voice had come in the sky. Kans, you fool! You're carrying your sister on the chariot, but you do not know the 8th child of your sister will kill you! Yasoda-dulal, Tera Ka. Yasoda-dulal, Tera Ka. So this is the 8th child, and Kans, he'd been thinking about Krishna day and night. Actually, I'm envious of Kans. He was thinking about Krishna, he's so Krishna conscious. Even one day, his servant, even day and night he was thinking about Krishna. Even one night, his servant came. Or one day, his servant came, he was carrying a glass of water for us. Now it was silver glass on a silver tray, reflecting all the beautiful colors and very shiny. From a distance, Khan saw something shining and colorful was coming. Guards, kill him, that dusta's come, that rascal's come, Krishna, kill him. Hare Maharaj, I just brought you a glass of water. Now the first word that our Western devotees learn when they come to Vrindavan is Pani. We're going around Vrindavan, and we read about the 6 Goswamis right in the 7 Goswami Astika. Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite, Hey Nandasuno Kuta. Kuta means where. They're asking, where's Lalita? Where's Radharani? Where's Krishna? It's on the bank of the Jamuna, under the Kadamba tree. Where? And we come, this is us, Prabhu, where's Pani? Prabhu, where's the bathroom? There's a difference between us and the Goswamis. But Kans, even seeing water, he was seeing Krishna. The cook made a nice feast, nice red tomato chutney and green palak paneer sabji, and he made yellow puris and nice halwa and beautiful sweet rice and so many wonderful preparations. Put them on the silver thali with silver katoris, and he brought it to King Kamsa. It was shining and sparkling and very shiny from a distance. Guards, like rascals, come, Krishna's come, kill him, he's come. Now tell me truthfully, when you see that big gulab jamun on your plate on Sunday feast, do you think of Krishna? Kans, even seeing his food, he's seeing Krishna. He's so Krishna conscious. Actually, he has two wives, Asti and Prati. They decorated themselves very nicely, put nice little crown and jewelry and everything. They came before their master. And comes from a distance, he saw, both have come, Krishna Baldal, they both came, kill them. Hare Maharaj, that's your wives. Now I ask you honestly, when you see your wife, do you see Krishna? But Kans, even seeing his wives, he was seeing Krishna. He's so Krishna conscious. But Rupa Goswami doesn't count his Krishna consciousness as bhakti. This is Bhakti Center, we're teaching bhakti. Because Rupa Goswami says, what is it? Anya vilasita sunyam jnana karmani anavritam anukuyena krishna anushivanam bhakti uttama. Anya vilas. He doesn't say without desire. Some people say to understand God you have to become desireless. Prabhupada said, I'm a living being. To become desireless means to become a dead stone. If to understand God means to become a dead stone, Prabhupada said, I do not care to know what is God. Anya vilas, any other desire other than the service of Radha and Krishna. We should kick out all those desires. We can't be desireless. That's what we're teaching, how to desire, just like Prabhuji's offering nice foodstuff. Somebody was cooking very lovingly for Krishna. They put it in a nice plate and they're making a nice offering. Other than the service of those desires. Anya vilasa shunyam. Shunyam, you can understand, means zero. Get all those to be zero. But have many desires to please Krishna. Anya vilasita shunyam. Jnana karnadiyana. We give up all this fruitive activity and search for jnana. Jnana karnadiyana avritam. Anukulyena. Anukul means favorable. Anukulyena Krishnanu. Anushilana. Not that we come to the temple for 2 minutes, we bow our head and we just go along with our life. We should be Krishna conscious all the time. Therefore, Prabhupada has designed such a nice process of chanting Hare Krishna. We can chant anywhere, at any time, any place. We can offer our food in our homes. Anushilana. We have to continually be serving Krishna. That is Uttam Bhakti. So, he's thinking of Krishna 20 hours a day better than us. But pratikul, he's thinking how to kill Krishna. So his Krishna consciousness is not considered bhakti. So anyway, Kans is coming. This 8th child has come. And we can just imagine the scene. Devaki's there. But it's a girl, you know. But Kans is so cruel. He grabbed that girl. We don't even want to imagine the scene. We can't imagine how cruel. First, this is after killing 6 children before. Now this poor baby girl is there. Kans just grabs her, throws her up in the air to smash her on the stone like he did so many other children before. And she slipped out of his hand, became an 8-armed form in the sky, and said, Kans, you fool! The child who will kill you has been born somewhere else. So then he released Vasudeva and Devaki and he begged them forgiveness. Somehow or other, by Vasudeva and Devaki's association, he became a little pious. But then again, his ministers came. They said that voice said that the goddess said that he's been born somewhere else. He must be somewhere else. He better do something. So by bad association, he again, oh, all right, yes. So he thought what to do. Let me send Putana. Putana was a Rakshasi who was a witch we call Kechari. In fact, in Braj, there's one village we pass through, when we go on Braj Prikrama with Lokanath Maharaj, we pass through that village called Kechari. Prabhupada explains there's a type of witch that can fly in the branch of a tree and they drink the blood of little children. Putana, Putana is my name. Eating little children is my game. But she was a powerful Rakshasi, so she changed herself into a very beautiful form. And she entered into the village of Gokul, twirling a lotus. And she was so beautiful, even the Brishbasis couldn't understand that she was dangerous. They all began to speculate. Somebody said, it looks like Indrani, Sachi Devi, the wife of Lord Indra, has come to take darshan of Nandalala. Somebody else said, no, it must be Gauri, the wife of Lord Shiva. No, you're both wrong. She's twirling a lotus flower. It's Lakshmi to yourself, the wife of the consort of Lord Narayan. She's come to take darshan. Nobody stopped her. She walked through the whole village and nobody stopped her. She came to the palace of Nanda Maharaj. She walked into the palace. Rohini and Yasoda were sitting there. They didn't do a thing. Now this is very interesting, because our acharyas have explained that actually Mother Yasoda, she's so protective of her Lala, even her best friends can't come to see him. Oh, he just woke up, I have to give him a bath, he come after some time. I just gave him his bath, I have to feed him, you come after some time. He just took his meal, I have to put him to rest, you come after. Even her best friends can't get darshan. Now, strange woman, without even knocking, walks into the house, and Mother Yasoda and Mother Rohini don't do a thing. Our acharyas have explained it only means Krishna expanded his yoga maya. Otherwise, her best friends can't come. Now, strange ladies come, she's so beautiful that even Mother Yasoda got doubt. Am I the mother? Or is she the mother? Is she the mother? Or am I the mother? And Putana walked over to the crib where the child was lying. She's got a poison on her breast. She smeared poison, so powerful. One drop can kill so many elephants. She went over, even Putana recognized, here lies my cruel death. She knew the power, even though he's just a small baby. She could understand that this is my cruel death. It's not that Krishna had to follow some process and become God. Sometimes people say, you follow my process, you chant my mantra, you will become God. God is already God. Not that you can become, he's already there. Either you are God now, or it's not the question that you're going to become God. So you stick your finger in the light socket, be thrown across the room, hit your head. Oh, I'm God. There's no process to become God. Either you're now or you're not ever. We are the devotees of God. Just like gold in your earring, we cannot say it is a gold mine. Although the gold in the gold mine and the gold in the earring are the same. Same chemical feature, same color, same very malleable, everything same qualities, but it is tiny. So we're like tiny little gold ornaments of God. And we're meant to serve God. Actually much better. You just think about it for a minute. We're coming here every day and seeing beautiful forms of Radha Murlidhar and Mahaprabhu. So sweet. Did you ever think about what they're seeing? All these Kali Yuga rejects coming here. Better to be the devotee than to be God. So even as a little baby, Radha Krishna had become God. Even as a baby, had Putana was so powerful, Rakshasi. So, and then Krishna, he saw Putana, he closed his eyes. Now every acharya has written about that. If we'll start talking about that, we'll be here for the rest of the day. But anyway, Krishna, she closed her eyes. And his eyes. So then Putana opened. Now everybody gets to take part in this pastime. It's very interesting. Because Now she's going to put her nipple into Krishna's mouth with poison. When there's poison, who do we call? Who's the poison buster? Poison, who do we call? Who's the poison buster? When they returned the ocean of milk and poison came, who? Lord Shiva. So he's also within Krishna. So he came, he licked off all the poison. And Prabhupada explains, Krishna, he doesn't actually kill the demons, he just enjoys loving pastimes. So he drank the milk. Who does the killing? That's Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is also within Krishna. So Krishna drank all the milk. Then Mahavishnu, he began to suck out the life of Putana. And Putana began to scream. Oh, child, leave me! She ran to the door of the palace. And it appeared she flew. Actually, Krishna threw her. Because he knows that when she dies, she'll expand into this huge, enormous form. And it will crush the whole of Gokul. So he threw her outside the village. And she came crashing down. Whenever you're coming from Brahmandagat, you just notice how the road is going down in that place. And it comes to a little gully there that goes down to the Jamuna. So the Brishbasi told me that's where Putana fell. And you can see that one leg fell over here, one leg fell over there, the ground went down, then in between the legs it stayed up. You'll see like that. It's up and down, and then up over here like that. So I don't know any Praman, but anyway, the Brishbasis told me that. If you notice next time you come from Brahman, you got to go food. She fell down with a huge crash, and all the villagers came running to the spot. And they saw her two legs were just like the banks of a river. Her two breasts were just like mountain peaks. Her flat, ugly belly was just like the summit before the mountain peaks. And Krishna was there on the summit. And he is very happy. Just see what I did, huh? But all the villagers, they're completely shocked. And they made it, Mother Yasoda, she just fainted. And the villagers, they made a chain all the way up to the belly. They took Krishna, and then one to the next, one to the next, one to the next, finally into Mother Yasoda's lap. Mother Yasoda, when she got Krishna in her lap, she came back to consciousness. And she began to think, somehow or other, by some great fortune, I got this child even in my old age. But somehow, by some offense, I almost lost him. But the Almighty Lord has saved my child. And then she began to bathe Krishna with cow dung and cow urine. In modern life, we think, ooh, my God. But even the Supreme Personality of Godhead was bathed with these things. They're so pure. And then she raised with a switch made from the tails of the cows. She sprayed, brushed dust from the hooves of the cows all over Krishna's body. And then she chanted all the names of Lord Vishnu. Because wherever Lord Vishnu's names are chanted, no demon, bhoot, pisachi, ghost, evil spirit, nobody can remain. Just like one time, I went to Bhakti Manor for Janmashtami. If you want to see a Janmashtami, you have to book well in advance if you want to be there. But most amazing Janmashtami. How many people come here?
80,000. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Few hundred, yeah.
Can you imagine 80,000 people coming to your Janmashtami? It's the most, once in a lifetime you have to see the Janmashtami at the Bhakti Manor. It's an incredible scene. Even the year I was here, CNN came. It's most amazing. I forgot what I was going to say.
You went to the manor for Janmashtami.
Yeah, but
Before that, he was talking about ghosts.
so one time, so I was there for Vyas Puja. So Dhananjay told us a wonderful story that we all know in the Leelamrit that they were staying at John Lennon's Tittenhurst estate. And they were staying there for free because Sham Sundar, who wrote this wonderful book, Chasing the Rhinos with the Swami, you get a copy. I get my commission from making he was an expert carpenter, so he was doing work on the estate. And the guy who was the manager, he was coming late every day because he said there's rats are running in the roof of my house making noise. And his wife was saying, oh honey, it's ghosts. Why are you saying rats? I don't believe in such things. No, there's ghosts there. So the devotees one day, they told Prabhupada that the manager, he can't get proper rest because there's ghosts haunting his house. So Prabhupada said, you go there, you have kirtan, and you dance in a circle counterclockwise, and do Nam Sankirtan, all the ghosts will be gone. So they told him about it. He didn't want to have anything to do with it, but he got overruled by the home ministry. She wanted to have the devotees come. So they went there to his house. They chanted in a counterclockwise circle. Because of course we don't want to discuss what they eat, so they served the devotees a nice fruit. And the next day he showed up bright and early. He said, "You chased away all the ghosts, all the rats. Oh, honey, they chased away the ghosts." So Mother Yasoda began to chant all the 12 names of Lord Vishnu. Then she put Krishna in her lap, and Krishna very sweetly, he began to drink milk from her breast. This means that he must be out of danger. So meanwhile, Nanda Baba and all the men, they had gone to Mathura to pay taxes to Kansa. And Vasudev had made a special attempt to contact Nanda, and he asked him specifically about Krishna. He warned him, very strange things will happen then and there. Oh, you better hurry back. So he knew the council will try to kill him so many ways. So Nanda Maharaj returned, and they saw this huge form. She stretched so big, huge form of Putana there. And they were shocked, and they heard the story how somehow or other this Putana was killed by the grace of God. We don't know how it happened, but Krishna was saved. And then the cowherd men, they chopped up that body, they put the logs and cow dung, and they began to burn it. And I don't know if you've ever been, of course here at the crematorium, they seal everything, it's an oven anymore. But if you go in India, they just pile up the logs on the bank of the river, and it doesn't smell nice. You ever burned your hair? That's what it smells like. But this wonderful fragrance was spreading throughout the universe when Putana was killed, was burned. Because by being killed directly by Krishna, she was purified. In fact, Sukadeva Goswami explained she got liberation. Because she was killed directly, even though she came to kill Krishna, because she offered a little milk. She got liberation. So Sukadeva Goswami, he says, then who can understand what will happen to those people? Putana tried to kill Krishna because he offered a little bit of milk. She got liberation. What is the destination of those people who day and night are chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They can't begin to imagine what is their destination. Hare Krishna. So we'll put our voice to rest here, and we have, if you want to relish more, in fact this pastime is in my latest book, Braj Leela Part 2. We completely ran out of copies. We brought some with us, but we're out, but we have one lady in Michigan who sells it for us. We have our cards. You can get from her website. She doesn't take any commission. Like, it's also on Amazon, but she doesn't take any commission, so you can take the website from here. We also have Braj Leela Part 1, which is only available on Amazon. And we have Madhuri Kadambari of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We mentioned him a couple of times. So all these very nice books are available on either Amazon or you can, Samhita Press, you can take the card from my dear friend Arjun here. And one is 120 pages of nectar, part 2 is 250 pages of nectar, with foreword by Indraduna Maharaj. On the back, Ramapal Maharaj also made a nice appreciation, and all the funds go to help our Vrindakun project in Nandagan. So I think it's time for Arti, so we'll chant the holy name and get, we have